Okay, let's start. Okay, from parents to children. Okay, so in this part, we will study how the characters are transferred from parents to children. Okay, so here is an example of tongue roller rolling, an example of inheritance. Okay, now in this you can see father and mother both are tongue rollers. The mother is given by a circle, whereas father is given by a rectangle. Hmm? So if you notice here, when they have children, they have one daughter, one son, and one more daughter. Out of these three, two can roll tongue and one cannot. Okay, so there must be these characters must have passed. Now, this non rolling character must have come from mother and father only. Yes, they are, it is the product of their, so it must have come from father or mother. Although father and mother don't have these characters, that is, although father and mother are tongue roller, we still get one child, the daughter, which cannot roll tongue. Mhm. See this? So, male square and females, this is all discussed. Both father and mother are tongue rollers. Okay, shaded square or circle. How many children? There are three children. How many tongue rollers and non-roller? Out of three, two can roll tongue and one cannot roll tongue. So tongue roller is solid and non-tongue roller is hollow. Tongue roller is shown as solid square or circle, square if it is a male, circle if it is a female. And non-tongue roller is given by a plain, hollow, square or a circle. What type of gene will non-tongue roller have? What type of gene or what is the combination of the alleles? Is it R, capital R, small r, capital R, capital R, small r, small r? So the non-tongue roller is a recessive character. So is it R, capital R, small r, capital R, or small r, small r? So non-tongue roller is a recessive character, and recessive character will be expressed only when it has smaller. Okay, only when it is smaller. So let's see the next one. So how come a non-roller child from roller parent? So to see this, what must be the genotype of the father and mother? What must be the genotype of the father and mother? Genotype is the genetic makeup. So what must be the genotype of father and mother? So let's check. Father is heterozygous dominant and mother is also heterozygous dominant. Okay, these are the genotypes of father and mother. So what will be the genes on the father gamete? Okay, so genes will be, fathers will be capital R, small r. What will be the genes on mother gamete? Mother also will give you one capital R, one small r. So, so what are the different combinations? So let's see the different combination. Capital R, capital R, small r, capital R, small r, and small r, small r. So capital R is a both dominant allele. So they are tongue roller. One capital R, one small r, one dominant, one recessive. So it is a tongue roller. When both are capital small r, it is recessive. So this is where there is non-tongue roller. Okay, so even if father and mother are tongue roller, and if they are heterozygous, then we can get a non-tongue roller. Okay. What would have happened if one of the parent was homozygous dominant, that is capital R, and other was heterozygous dominant? Okay. If that was the case, okay, if that was the case, you would have gone R, small r. So everyone would have been tongue roller. There is no non-tongue roller possible. Okay, so everyone would have been tongue roller. You can see capital R, small r, capital R, capital R, capital R, small r. Even one capital R means it is a dominant character. Okay. Now this we can show using a Punnett square. Now this diagram what we see here is Punnett square. Punnett square is a simple diagram in which different types of gametes of one female parent are placed on one side and of the square, and those of the other are placed on the other side of the square. So if this is a square, these are one parent gametes, these are other parent gametes. Then the possible combination, these are possible combinations of the opposite gametes are given in subsquare. Now these are the subsquare. Thus resulting gene phenotypes can be written under the genotype. So under this genotype you can write resulting phenotype. Resulting phenotype is like tongue roller, tongue roller, tongue roller, tongue roller. So this is Punnett square. Now, dominant and recessive form of some common hereditary traits in human. Eye color brown is dominant over blue. Tongue rolling is dominant over non-rolling. And most right hand is dominant over left hand. Earlobes free over attached. Lips thick over thin. RH positive is over negative. Color vision normal over colorblind. Cheek dimpled over normal. Okay. The second part is sex linked inheritance. Now from the word itself you can make out it is linked to the sex. That is this inheritance is because of sex. That is from parents to children. Okay. Sex linked inheritance is appearance of a trait which is due to presence of an allele exclusively either on the X chromosome or Y chromosome. So this inheritance takes place because the allele is present on the sex chromosome. In case of male, it is X and Y. In case of female, it is X chromosome. X-linked inheritance. So these are the two diseases which we have to learn: hemophilia and color blindness. Okay. So this is hemophilia. If there is even a small cut, the bleeding will not stop because there are less number of platelets. Okay. And this is just a picture for color blindness. Okay, you can see the color is getting dull. Hmm? Okay, so X-linked inheritance, female is XX, the sex chromosomes in female is generally XX, male is XY. Hemophilia and color blindness are more common in males than in females. Now, these are X-linked inheritance. Now, if you see here, X-linked inheritance and they are recessive. Now, female have two X chromosome. If one X chromosome is carrying that recessive genes for hemophilia and color blindness, the other X chromosome will be dominant over it. Got? They have two X chromosome. If this is damaged with hemophilia or color blindness, this will control the character. This will not allow these characters to be shown because this one is dominant. These are recessive. These are hemophilia, X-linked inheritance, that is hemophilia and color blindness are recessive characters. They are not dominant character. So even if they are present alone, they cannot be expressed because this one will show dominant. But in case of males, males have only one X chromosome. So if this is damaged, there is no one to help him. Okay, there is no one to cover the characters, mask the character. That's why this is more common in males than in females. Now, defects are due to recessive genes. Now, as I've told you, the defects are due to recessive gene which occurs on the X chromosome. Recessive. Recessive will occur. Now, if both the X chromosomes are recessive, then these characters can be seen in female. That is hemophilia and color blindness. But in male, if one X chromosome they have, and if that is coming to be recessive and it is X inheritance, then males are more common to show color blindness and female. So as we can see, who can get this disease? Both male and female, but majority, most of the time, it is male. Okay, then recessive homozygous female can get. Recessive homozygous female means both the X chromosome carries a allele for hemophilia or let us say color blindness. Recessive X bearing male, if the X chromosome is having this hemophilia or color blindness allele. Okay. What is recessive gene on X chromosome? Recessive gene will be expressed only in the absence of a dominant gene. Okay. So X-linked inheritance refers to genetic condition associated with it is a mutation in the gene of X chromosome. Okay, it is a mutation in the gene of X chromosome. A male carrying such a mutation will be affected. A male carrying such a mutation will be affected because he carries only one X chromosome. Now it is recessive. Recessive means recessive will be masked if there is dominant X chromosome. But in male, there is only one X chromosome. A female carrying a mutation in one gene with a normal gene and other on the other X chromosome is generally unaffected. A female carrying a mutation in one gene, okay, that is on one X chromosome, there is this gene which is mutated and one is normal. So here, generally, the females will be not affected. They will be just a carrier. They can pass on the disease to their offspring. They can pass on the disease to their offspring, but they are not showing any symptoms. There are chances that their children may get. When a female will be affected? A female will be affected if both the X chromosomes are mutated. Okay, so let us see this next time.